Hi dear children, welcome to Elga 15 Day 3 Revision Class at Sri Vidyaniketan Public School, Sri Ramnagar, Honalu Matru Shikshana. Today we are going to revise the third component, that is the grammar component. In the grammar we are going to learn about the tenses. That is mainly we are focusing on perfect tense in this video. Before the learning of perfect tense, just we will learn about the different kinds of tenses which we have. Can anyone say what is the meaning of tenses? Yes, tenses is nothing but it's a time. It indicates the time. What is the verb? Yes, it is the action word or the word which shows action. We are going to call it as a verb. You all have a note. Different types of tenses. Tenses shows that has action takes place. If it happened before, then we are going to call it as a past. If it is happening now, then we are going to call it as a present. If it happens later, then we are going to call it as a future tense. So, as we know, we have three kinds of tenses, that is the past tense, present tense and future tense. Again, in each tenses, we have four subparts. For example, if I am taking as a past tense, in the past tense, we have simple past tense, continuous past tense, perfect past tense, past perfect continuous tense. So, like that, in terms of present, in the present, we can again, it also has a four parts, that is a simple present tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense and present perfect continuous tense. When it comes to the future, it also has a four parts, that is one is a simple future, future continuous tense, future perfect tense and future perfect continuous tense. Like this, we all have three kinds of tenses. Again, in the each tense, we have the four subparts. These forms show that us the status of an action or condition which is happening will frequently. It will shows the status of an action or condition which is happening frequently and may continue into future also. Let us learn about these tense and forms. First form is simple form which shows us facts, truth or habits. As I said, its first form is simple form. Simple form always it shows the fact, truths or habits. The first form is simple present. In case of present tense, simple present tense. As we know, in the present tense, the verb will be in V1 form, isn't it? I study history. I study history. It is a fact, isn't it? If I'm studying the history, then I have to see I study history. It is a simple present tense. In case of past, as I said, in the past always the verb is in the V2 form. I studied hard for many years. If I can take example for simple future, I can say I will study Professor Swan's unit. Here see, always in the future we have to use will, because the thing it doesn't happen still. When it comes to the past, yeah, that the thing has been happened already. When it comes to the present, the thing is happening. So let's learn the verb tense changes to show the action taking place at different times. Always remember, present tense is nothing but what is happening now or today. You remember it as a today. When it comes to the past, it is a yesterday's or which already has been happened, that we are going to call it as a past. Future in the sense it doesn't happen still. It is going to be happen. That thing we are going to call it as a future tense. So first, for example, verb I will take it as a clean. So if it is in the present, we are going to call it as clean. That S will be for eat. For singular pronouns, we are going to add yes. You knew this concept, isn't it? So present means an action that takes place at the time of speaking. That's what I said. No, what I am doing now, if I am saying that thing, then it is a present. When it comes to the past, as I said, we should use the V2 form. Clean is a V1 form, V2 form is clean. Here, an action that took place before the time of speaking. Already this action has been completed. So, it is a past. When it comes to the future, an action that will take place after the time of speaking. Still that action has not yet completed, but it is complete in the future. Now we will see the continuous form is for action is still going. Always remember continuous is nothing but ongoing process. It's not an ending process, it's an ongoing process. Let's learn how we can use in terms of present, past and future. Present continuous. So the work is happening now, still it not yet completed. For example, I am studying for exams. If I say for past continuous, I can say I was watching television when they called me last night. Actually, this work has been completed. But when I am speaking this one, the action is happened at the last night. It is happening for a long time. I was watching a television when they called me at last time. If one is doing the action and another person is calling for that, and at that time he is saying, "Ma'am, I was watching TV, so my mother came and gave some work." That's what he will say. No, you are saying it the past thing, but when the action is, it is in process. When it comes to the future continuous will be ongoing process. It is not an ending process, it will be ongoing process. Still it's not yet started, but in future it will be a ongoing process. I will be studying abroad next semester. It is a fix, I'm going to study in abroad. So I will be, it is a long, will be ongoing process, and that is, so I should use I will be studying abroad next semester. Let's learn the difference between simple and continuous tense. Simple tense tells us about actions that are regular or factual, completed or will happen anytime later. It shows that facts, which are facts or regular things, which will happen at regular things and will happen anytime later. That is a simple tense. When it comes to the continuous tense, it tells us about actions that are still happening while another action takes place. It is happening until another action takes place. The actions will happen at both time. As we know, while we will use when the actions are happening at the same time. Let's learn about the perfect continuous form. Here, when it comes in the present, the action started in the past and continuous in the present. It will started in the past already, but it is still continuous in the present. It's still continuing. For example, we can use the helping verbs like have or has. Have been painting or has been painting. Has we are going to use for singular pronouns. Have we are going to use for plural pronouns. When it comes to the past, how we can use means action started in the past and continued in the past before it came to an end. Actually, when it comes to the past perfect tense, action started at the past only and it has been completed at the past only. So at that time we have to use had been as a helping verb. Had been painting. Painting is a verb. Any verb we can use, but the helping verb you have to use is a had been. So when it comes to the future, action that will start at some point in time and will continue in future. Actually, the action didn't start. The action didn't start. It is going to start in the future and it is going to end in the future itself. That time we have to use a future perfect tense, continuous tense. We can say like will have been painting. The helping verb we can use will have been painting. Yes. Now we see perfect form which is used to talk about actions that are started and ended. Perfect always it will start in the case of present, it will start today itself, it will end today itself. When it comes to the past, it has been completed the previous only and started previous only and completed previous only. In the future, it will start in the future and it is going to complete in the future itself. Present perfect. I have studied enough today. Today only I have started. Today only I have ended that thing. When it comes to the past perfect, action completed in past. Started at the past, completed at the past. For example, I had written the mail before he apologized. I had written the mail before he apologized. Apologize is nothing but saying sorry. In future perfect, action complete in the future. It didn't start. It will start in the future. It will complete in the future only. For example, I will now finish this book. Let's learn how to change the verb for perfect tense. In case of present, an action that was completed at the time of speaking. Actually, just now that action has been completed. Just few seconds before, if the action has completed, then we have to use the as or have helping verb. An action that was completed at the time of speaking. We have to use has or have helping verb. So when it comes to the past, an action that was completed before the time of speaking. Actually, past means always remember it is we are speaking about the completed thing only. The action that was completed before the time of speaking. It is we have to use add as a helping verb. When it comes to the future, is future, as I said, we are speaking about the which will happen next, isn't it? Future is nothing but tomorrow. You remember it as a tomorrow. So action is not yet started. Action will be completed after the time of speaking. So still not yet completed. When I speak about that, later it will complete. Then it is a future perfect tense. We have to use a helping verb as will have. Helping verb is will have. I hope you understood about the perfect tense. You all have an exercise. Underline the verb and label it as a P for past, P for present, F for future in the following sentence. So here we have given some sentences. We have to read the sentence carefully. Then you have to think the verb in that sentence, which is verb is there. You have to think and underline that verb. Then whether you have to think whether it is in V1 form, V2 form or V3 form. If you not understand like V1, V2, V3, then you go with that verb whether it is in present form or past form or future form. If it is a present form, then write it as a PR. If past form, write it as a P. If it is a future form, then write it as a F. So let me do one thing for you. We will visit grandmother next week. First I have to search which is a verb in the sentence. Yes, visit is an action word. It is a verb, isn't it? I am going to underline visit. Before visit there is a will. Isn't it? There is a will. So I have to underline will visit. So then will visit is a which tense? Future verb. So I have to write F. This is how you are going to do the rest of the questions. Yes. Dear children, here I have given one box. Fill in the blanks by changing the verb forms. Only verbs you should change. For example, if the word is new in the past, what will be in present? Yes, know. In future, will know. When it comes to past participle, known. Isn't it? This is a V1 form, V2 form, V3 form, V4 form. I hope you understand. Let me do one more taught. Taught is a past participle. Taught means what is the present? Teach. Isn't it? For past, taught only again. For future, will teach. This is how you are going to do this box. And here, fill in the blanks by writing the given verb in the tenses given in the bracket. First, you have to read the sentence. In the bracket, they have given one verb. You have to change according to they have instructed. For example, Priya dash saris. They have given the verb like sell. But you have to change into simple future tense. First, I should know for simple future tense, what is the helping verb? Will. Isn't it? So, I should write Priya will sell sarees. This is how in this dash, in this space, how to write will sell. In this way, you are going to do the rest of the questions. Coming to the next question, rewrite the following sentences in your notebook by changing the tense of the verb as indicated in the bracket. They have given the sentence. It is in one form. They didn't mention, but they are giving in the bracket in which you have to convert. So, for example, Anirudh runs fast. Anirudh runs fast. This sentence is in simple present tense, isn't it? And they are saying you to change to past perfect continuous. First, I should think what is a past perfect continuous helping verb? What is a past perfect continuous helping verb? Yes, had been, isn't it? So I have to write here Anirudh had been ran fast. You have to write Anirudh had been ran fast. This is how you are going to do the rest of the questions. You are going to write the answers in your notebook. I hope you have understood the concept of tenses. Feel free to contact to clear your doubts. Thank you. Happy learning.